Like, imagine account just for flexing shinies. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Also a great way to vent that desire of me to have shiny Pokemon, because I don't have the time in my life to hunt shinies anymore. It's just what it is. I've once done a shiny Giratina in my life. Once I did that. Only legendary shiny I have. Only really care about legendary shinies. I don't know why that is though. I mean, it's like the most high, like, you know, the most rare thing. Legendary Pokemon, shiny Pokemon. It's like that, how my brain is. I really like that combination. And I love the way they look. Like, shiny Giratina is just amazing. I've always wanted, like, Lugia Ho as well. Lugia and Ho, I also really always wanted. But there might be some other ones. So I may just have the time to do that during long bouts of podcasting, which is really cool. So let's see. I shall see. And you can watch some whatever. Like, I plan these podcasts to be like, you would have always like 1.5 hours of gameplay of something playing in the background. Maybe something rare that I play myself in real life. Like, that would be Breath of the Wild. Or no, Tears of the Kingdom. I could just put the background, I could just put some gameplay of what I actually played in the background. Oh, whatever. And then you hear me talk about a topic, and I reset shinies while I do so. Maybe. We'll see. In the end, that's all just ideas. In the end, I just have some fun on this channel. In the actual end, I just want to get through this tower and see what is on the top, because there's probably just one item. It's not that important, probably. Because I have what I wanted from the tower. I have the Ghastly. That's it. I didn't want more, I wanted the Ghastly. I wasn't aiming to have to deal with these other individuals on the tower. You know, because this is such a strange thing, I play Pokemon mainly for the vibes. Mainly for the cities and the soundtrack. I really mostly don't care about the fights, it's incredible. It's like a means to an end. And some people might want to crucify me for that. But that's just fine. But that's just the truth. Yeah, the one podcast episode I already did is about GTA 6. And another thing I planned for this podcast is getting Let's Play legends that I've always liked to watch on there and interview them. I don't know if anyone wanted to do this. They actually care, because they have no platform at all. It's just for the immortalization. Like, I would want to talk about certain things with them. Some things that always have interested me, and I think having a conversation with them that would be rare. Having a conversation with them that another interviewer couldn't have with them, you know? They just wouldn't ask that way. They just wouldn't put them in the spotlight in that way. That's my aim if I ever get someone onto the podcast. Because I would really like that. I would really enjoy doing that. I also do a I think I said what I will play, but I'll leave it in the shadows in this episode. If I've said it somewhere else, I think the I want to do a German Let's Play as well, because the game is slowly available in German, I think, and playing that in English would be tedious, or commenting it in English would be very strange, so I'll just do it in German, and that would be interesting too, do like a bilingual channel as well. It's just a DS game as well, because I'll breeze, like I said, I'll breeze through all the DS games, or like the legendary games that I, you know, I'm very critical with myself when it comes to like the Let's Play skill, and when I want to play certain games that are really important to me, because I want to be ready for them. I want to be able to comment them in a professional way, and Platinum is kind of my playground. Sonic Rush is my playground for getting the reps in first, and then I will, when I get better, when I get to a level that I like with my commenting, I'll play the actual legendary games that have been really important to my life. So yeah, and until that, I shall still go through legendary DS games that that are also, in my opinion, underrated at some points. Not always. Like, for example, Pokemon gets their badges all over the place. It's loved globally, so I can't really say that it's underrated, because it's not underrated. Certain aspects about it are underrated. That is true. Soundtrack elements I think are overlooked. A lot of small details in the cities are overlooked. At least the things I pay attention to are overlooked, and that's why Let's Play them, to show them in my eye. And then maybe, you know, I've said this a bunch of times. And actually, just egoistically, to play them again and to immortalize me playing them. Fulfill the childhood dream of Let's Playing. So I've always wanted that, and now I can't say I didn't do it. You know. I've always dreamed of this, exactly this name, no face cam, that's it. That's exactly how I dreamed it. Exactly how I dreamed it. So, and I encourage you to do so as well with your life, like, you know, Renaissance man, like whatever you're doing, like I kind of unlocked that thing in my mind where it tells you to only be one thing, you know, because doing all the things I do in my life, I also want to do, I want to have this channel, and I want to make that, and I want to give that to the world and have it there, regardless if anyone watches that. That's it. And I would encourage you to seek things in that manner in your life as well, because that's also, you know, it gives me, I've noticed in my life as well, since I do this, like it's like a talking exercise, because I just sit on my own and I have to talk, because I would always be, I personally, I would always be one to listen more. Like I was a very silent, or in my life, in periods of my life, I've been a more silent guy, more listening guy. And through this, I feel like my speaking capabilities, even in German, even in my native language, have become better. It's incredible. It's actually insane. It actually bleeds over like exercise, because right here it's silent. There's no one else. I cannot hide behind just asking questions, you know? It's what the silent ones often do, or that's what I often did when I was not so talkative. I would just ask a lot of questions. I mean, honest questions, but I would, you know, refrain from talking too much. But this is really an exercise to get my brain to just find new topics to talk about, because I've also always found it fascinating when people could just open their mouth and speak and not stop. I've spoken about my neighbor before. I think he's a legend. And one time I sat down at like a party in their back garden because I was invited.